All right, let's get into it here. Thanks, NVIDIA. Perfect timing. So, we have the patch notes now. Let's just... There's a lot. So we're not going to go through it super quick, but we'll do it briefly. So, at a glance, welcome to Elderwood. Step into the ancient overgrown forest teeming with magic in the Elderwood expansion, Palia's biggest update to date. Explore the new adventure zone and discover powerful artifacts, relics, completing new quests, meet mischievous but cute critters, and find loads of new collectibles, decor, and so much more. PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S players can join the community. Great news. Explore a new chapter in Palia's main story. I guess we have to do that too. And complete exciting new quests. Unveil the benefits of ancient artifacts and powerful relics. Rid the forest of infection and collect valuable essence. Discover a mysterious villager with Umbran roots. Hunt, fish, forage, and collect both mischievous and adorable critters, such as the Ogapu, Schmoll, and Rockhopper. More free makeup, lipstick and blush, hairstyles, skin tones, and hair colors. Very nice. Adorn your home with the elegant Elderwood and Umbran decor. Nice. So 2 new sets. That's fantastic. The free makeup is also really good too, because that was one of the complaints I had early on, is that there's not a lot of character customization if you don't pay for it yet. So I'm glad to see that they're adding stuff like that in. Enjoy quality of life updates across the board. I don't know what they mean yet, but that's great. Check out the brand new starter pack and founders pack for Palia's best deal ever on premium store content. Fair enough. Refer a friend, or 5, to receive Elderwood Fun Guide plushes. Connect your Palia account to your PS5 and Xbox Series X or S consoles to receive awesome rewards. The premium store is loaded with fresh new styles and spirit, including new outfit collections, pets, and glider. Okay. Here we go. Elderwood Essentials. The Elderwood expansion includes an entirely new adventure zone, our first since we launched, which contains a whole new map filled with new content for every skill in the game, new gameplay systems for players to experience, and another chapter in our main story. At the highest level, this update brings the following changes to the game. The new map, Elderwood, a lush overgrown forest seeping with magic. A new chapter in the main story. New villager joining the cast. Introduction of infected essence, a major focus on the gathering experience in Elderwood. The search for artifacts and the ability to craft artifacts. Oh, one sec, sorry. Oops. I guess you'd be able to see it would be nice. Here, let me go back up. So this is what I read previous. If you need to pause, there you go. We are here. The search for artifacts and ability to craft relics. A new equipment type that provides buffs to not only yourself but your party. That's cool. Anything promoting players gathering up more and playing together more is good in my book. New gatherables, including a new wood type and forage you can knock down. That's good. What else? Changes to mining, making Palia more abundant resource. Thank you. And introducing dedicated mining nodes for gold and silver. That's fantastic. 10 out of 10. New huntable creatures and plushes. Great. New insects, including a frog-like critter called a rockhopper. New fish, including some ferocious sharks. New garden crops found within the Elderwood, which is cool. New set of cooking recipes to make use of everything in the Elderwood. Our largest single patch of decor, including multiple new furniture sets. And the introduction of courier pets. Like, is this like auto deposit at your home kind of thing? which is cool if they're not paid. If they're paid, then I don't like that. Paying for convenience. But if they're something anyone can get, then, I'm totally for that. Last, but definitely not least, decor items have increased from the housing plot from 3,000 to 3,500. That's already nice. 500 increase is great. To help players navigate the range of experiences in Elderwood, we've created a central page, the player menu, to be one of your one-stop shop for what you can accomplish in Elderwood. It is a lush, overgrown forest filled with magic where a different subrace of Majiri, the Umbra, once inhabited. All players will immediately gain access to the Elderwood, but we highly recommend having fine tools, as well as completing the Temple's questline up through Rooted in Place before diving too far into the map. So there might be spoilers. The entrance to the Elderwood is found in the northern part of Bahari, between Tamala's house and the housing plot gate. That's cool. New to the Elderwood is a requirement to find each of the stables in order to unlock travel to those locations. Once you've found the central stables, you'll be able to use them throughout the world to travel directly to the Elderwood, which is great. As a reward for finding all of the stable locations, Naya will give you a recipe to craft your very own stable sign for your housing plot. Thank you. It's been something I've been asking for a long time. Good. Being able to travel to places from your home without having to leave your home, then fast travel is just great. Quests and villagers. Elderwood brings in a new chapter of our main story, a whole batch of side quests, and a brand new villager to meet. Our villagers will also see some changes to their schedules now that the Elderwood has opened. We'll let you all discover exactly what those changes are as you progress through the expansion. Main story chapter and side quests. Players that are all caught up with our main story will see things kick off immediately when they log in with our Elderwood opening cinematic. Some of the new systems in Elderwood do require main story progression, so we recommend all players get caught up. Specifically, you'll want to have these completed: all the vaults, troubled waters, into the air, up in the air, and rooted in place. I think we're on the Vault of Gales, so we have 2 more to do for the vaults, I think. Players do not need to complete the Night Sky bundles to engage with the main story quests. As the main story progresses in the Elderwood, players will unlock different elements of the Elderwood's gameplay, which we'll cover below. That's not all, though. While you explore the Elderwood, you'll come across a variety of guide and discovery quests that expand on the history of this map and introduce various new mechanics. To help players uncover these quests, some will be marked directly on the map. Tamala's Potion Shop. Tamala is finally opening her wares and sharing some of her concoctions. Once you progress enough through and complete the Nature of Shadows quest, you'll be able to purchase unique items such as the Anti-Slime Potion and one of our new garden crops. For players who want to travel back home more easily, once you complete the quest Where the Hearth Is, Tamala will also sell you a hearth potion which allows you to travel home at any point. Nice. Sabira's shop. Once players complete the Something Wicked quest, Sabira will allow you to purchase some grab bags of items from the Elderwood. These are perfect options if you want to finish your Elderwood collection, but maybe don't enjoy a given skill. That's cool. Meet Ulfi. Ulfi is the newest villager joining the cast of Palia, the young Umbran boy who's been living in the Elderwood for a while. The Umbrans are a different subrace of Majiri that have a more favorable view on the use of flow. That's cool. Note, while Ulfi is excited to meet all of you, he takes his time in order to get to know a new friend. Your friendship with him will be able to grow in future patches. Oh, okay. So they're time gating it pretty much. World updates. Sorry. With the introduction of Elderwood, the villagers seem to have taken notice and there's a few updates in kind. Various villagers now have daily dialogues that will refer to the Elderwood. New dialogue. All materials found in the Elderwood that have been added to weekly wants. Oh, okay. Items from the Elderwood typically are Tier 3 and Tier 4 weekly wants. Villagers will accept new materials from the Elderwood as gifts, and various villagers' schedules have been updated to include the Elderwood as part of their schedule. Cool. Artifacts and discoverables. One of the core goals with the adventure zones is to provide a feeling of surprise and delight around every corner. As you explore, you'll find a mysterious substance that has infected the Elderwood, as well as new decor, Umbran shrines, rummage piles, and treasure chests. Infected essence. Throughout the map, players will find various gathering items infected by an unknown magical essence. Collecting this essence requires unique materials and equipment specific to the Elderwood. As players continue through the Elderwood's main story, they'll unlock the ability to craft the necessary materials to collect the infected items, which is this like purple goop. Infected essence is a major part of Elderwood's new gathering experience, and by acquiring it, players will be able to acquire new recipes and gameplay benefits from a variety of sources. Okay. The Elderwood Decor Set is our first new furniture set, found entirely through exploration. Across the Elderwood, you'll find pieces of furniture left behind from the Umbrans. The first time you interact with one of these pieces, you'll meet Binny, a ravenous little pixie, who would like some of that infected essence that's been showing up. Once you provide Binny with the appropriate amount of infected essence, they'll teach you the recipe to craft that item. Don't worry if you don't have enough infected essence when you find an item. The map will automatically track the location of any Elderwood decor you find until you've acquired it. Okay, that's nice. A full list of furniture from the set is included in the furniture making and decor section below. Okay. Umbran Shrines. The Umbran Shrines are hidden throughout the map and require the player to offer a unique sacred flower, which can be acquired from the following sources. Hidden throughout the Elderwood, from various main story guide and discovery quests, purchased from Tamala's store, or hunting waveback Ogopus and pixie schmoles. That's interesting. Similar to the Elderwood decor set, if you find an Umbran shrine, it will remain marked on your map until you complete its offering. As a reward for offering a sacred flower, players can receive artifacts and various resource packs filled with Elderwood materials. That's cool. Rummage piles. Sorry, so much talking in my throat. Each real-world day, players can find 2 rummage piles within the Elderwood. These locations are the same for each player each day. In order to gain the rewards, they need to use their hoe to clear the dirt before grabbing the items. Fair? So this looks like the new tier of item. I don't think I've seen that before. It wouldn't be a new map without new treasure chests. Players will find these hidden throughout the Elderwood. Open them to receive a variety of rewards, including a few new recipes. Artifacts and relics. Eloisa. Strange things abound in the Elderwood, and where there is strange, I intend to be close behind. One mustn't be afraid to get dirty in the pursuit of the unknown, so grab your shovel and help uncover the secrets of the past. Together we'll prove what science has dismissed, and don't worry, I'll be sure to reward you handsomely for anything you find. I've been working on some bright-eye hunting gear that I think you'll find quite exciting. Nice. And from Calorie, What my sister means to say is that we would appreciate your assistance in recovering lost artifacts within the Elderwood, so that we may donate them to the Umber Museum of History in Nocturne. And please, if she starts talking about the Floth Man again, do us both a favor and do not engage. As players explore and progress through the Elderwood, they'll discover various artifacts. These artifacts are a vital part of the Elderwood's gathering experience. By completing a set of artifacts, a player will be able to acquire the schematics to relics, a new equipment type that provides buffs to not only you, but your entire party. If you want to maximize your capabilities in the Elderwood, you'll want to work together to acquire and level up each of these relics. Artifacts can be found primarily through the Umbran shrines and rummage piles, and can also be traded with other players at the Elderwood Central Stables. If you happen to find a piece you already have, try offering it up to trade with another player in order to complete a set. Upon acquiring your first artifact, you'll receive the Pieces of the Past quest, which will guide you through how the system works. You can submit any artifacts you find at the Central Stables near the southern exit. Relics are a new piece of equipment that provides various buffs to both you and your party. They can be leveled up to provide you and your party stronger buffs as well. Each player in your party can equip a unique relic, sharing its benefits with the other party members. So you can't double up on them. Relics can only be equipped within the Central Stables in Elderwood. Okay. Interesting. So you have to be there to be able to equip them anyway. Okay. So these ones are Bright Eye Amulet, a buff to Essence Looted. Elderwood Idols allow you to track infected forage, then insects, then fish, then huntable creatures. Bag of Illusion allows you to directly interact with infected forage without the use of special equipment or potions, and then insects, fish, and huntable creatures. And then the Guiding Lantern boosts the tier of other relics equipped by your party members, capped at up to tier 5. That's cool. In order to acquire relics, you'll need to complete artifacts. By completing an artifact, you'll earn Eloisa Funbucks, which can be exchanged for the necessary schematics to craft a relic via the register near where you donate artifacts. Relic can be crafted in the Elderwood Central Stables near the waterfall. To craft and upgrade relics, you'll need a few unique items: enchanting runestones and finishing runestones. They can be purchased at Tamala's store, awarded for the main story, and you can find some hidden in the Elderwood. You can also purchase the finishing ones at Tamala's store, getting the Paying Respects and Top Donor accomplishment. Also, can I just say I really like the look of this so far? Like, obviously I'm a fan of blue, but I like the kind of fey look. So the dark blues, purples, that kind of stuff. For players that really want to show off their prowess, you can unlock a unique nameplate by leveling every relic up to tier 4. That's cool. I actually like that. For mining, as part of Elderwood's release, we're making some larger changes to mineral acquisition, or material acquisition. Palia is now exclusively... Oh. Okay, hold on. So they're changing the way that works. Hold on a sec, let me just scooch this over. Okay, so they're removing pallium from Bahari. It's now as abundant in the Elderwood as iron in Bahari. That's so nice. Oh my goodness. I am clapping right now. That's an amazing change in and of itself. Because pallium is significantly easier to acquire now, we're increasing the amount of pallium bars necessary to craft exquisite tools to be in line with the other tool tiers. That's fair. If you're making it that common, no problem with that. XP values from pallium nodes has also been adjusted to account for the increasing availability. That's fair. Totally understandable. Honestly, I don't think the leveling part of the resource acquisition was why people went after it. So, that's fine. New type of stone, white stone, is an uncommon drop from stone nodes within the Elderwood. White stone can also be refined at the smelter to create white stone slabs. The recipe for white stone slabs can be purchased for 300 gold at Hodari's mining store once you are mining level 5. A new type of ore, platinum, can now be found in rare, dedicated nodes across Elderwood. Platinum ore can be refined into platinum bars at the smelter. The recipe for platinum bars is researched for or purchased for 5,000 gold at the mining store once you are mining level 10. Fear not, we've been very happy with the gameplay experience around Pallium, and are going to replace it with a new dedicated nodes for silver and gold. You can now chase the materials for that honey lure. That's amazing too, yeah. So, in Bahari, I'm assuming, they'll have the rare nodes, but they'll be for silver and gold now. And that's amazing, because then you can farm them if you want to make like the compasses and things like that for doing resource hunts. That's really nice. Okay, here. Silver nodes can be found rarely across Kilima Village. Silver nodes will drop the same star stones as copper. Okay. And gold can be found in Bahari Bay. Okay. That's fair. Alright. Lastly, the ore compass has been updated to work with all of the above changes. It will now track the following mining nodes. All silver, gold, and platinum, large-sized white, or normal stone, white stone, copper, iron, and pallium. Very nice. Foraging. From Shane. Many of the Phoenix children have come to me of late asking how they might minimize their impact on the natural world. If you, like me, avoid consuming animal products, I believe some of the resources noted below with green hearts to be suitable substitutes in recipes that call for them. I especially suggest you try the veggie chili. I believe I left a recipe lying around in my room somewhere. Oh, nice. So I wonder if that's actually where we can go find it when we get into the update, is in his house. I gotta remember that. I probably won't, but you should. Within the Elderwood, we're introducing a wide variety of new gatherable types and materials. Various items found across the Elderwood are used for crafting the new decor sets or in various cooking dishes that are found within the zone. New type of wood, ancient wood, can be found within the Elderwood from ancient trees. They will sometimes drop a seed that player can plant in their home plot. Nice. New trees for the home. Rarely, ancient wood will also drop high-value ancient amber. Elderwood orchids, elderwood lotuses, elder flower, an epic flower that's quite hard to find. Okay. Staircase mushrooms. Note, when foraging a staircase mushroom, players have a chance to learn the recipe for muskin, a leather-like material crafted from the fabric loom from any mushroom. Okay. Float fish mushrooms and elder clam mushrooms. These can be opened to acquire elder clam mushroom meat and rarely a black pearl. Elder clam mushroom meat can be used in any cooking dish that requires any red meat. Oh, so essentially people that are playing the game that like are vegan or vegetarian kind of stuff, or just are against, you know, animal hunting or anything like that, they can use this as a substitute in the game. That's cool. Flotatoes. Fantastic. Batterfly beans. On occasion, players will acquire a batterfly bean seed when foraging, which can be planted in the player's garden. The dowsing rod will now track new epic, rare, and legendary forage found in the Elderwood. There are 2 accomplishments for collecting all forageables within the Elderwood. Falling forage. Additionally, we're introducing shootable forage into the game. On some trees in Bahari Bay and Elderwood, players will see items hanging from trees. Players can use an arrow to shoot down the forage or chop the tree to get them. Honey can be acquired from beehives on pine trees in the bay and the Elderwood, and copa nuts can be found on ancient trees. So like this, I'm assuming. That's cool. As players explore the Elderwood, you'll also come across new creatures to hunt. The Ogapu and the Shmoll. The Ogapu are a feisty one and is the first creature in Palia that will hit you back, but in our own cozy way. When alerted, they will spit sticky slime at you, slowing your ability to move on the map. Not only that, but they are beefy and will require a number of arrows to take down. We recommend fine arrows and a party. Fair. There are 3 types of them: the regular, the emerald, and the waveback. Hunter's horns will track wavebacks. Players can acquire the meat and skin from all types of Ogapu. The meat can be used as a fish replacement in dishes that allow any fish. On occasion, the player can also acquire a scale, an emerald scale or a waveback scale from their respective types. For plushie collectors, each type has an associated rare plush. There you go, for plush collectors. 2 new hunting accomplishments that have been added relating to them as well. The Slimed achievement for collecting each type of scale will award the Ogapu mounted trophy. The Shmoll is a wholly new paradigm for hunting. Across Elderwood, players will find networks of Shmoll holes, that's hilarious, that contain multiple Shmolls. These little ones are tricky to catch. When alerted, they'll dive back into the hole and pop out somewhere else within the network. Sort of like a multiplayer version of Whack-A-Mole. They'll wait patiently for players who are playing solo and need to find where they popped up, but for hunting parties, players can split up and manage a few holes each. There's 3 types of them: the regular, the elder, and the pixie. Hunter's horns will track the pixie Shmoll. Shmolls primarily drop various types of mushrooms found throughout the Elderwood. On occasion, the player may also acquire a Shmoll spore, an elder spore, or a pixie spore from their respective types. For plushie collectors, each Shmoll has been associated a rare plush. 2 new hunting accomplishments have been added relating to them as well. The Whack a Shmoll achievement, very nice. For collecting one of each type of spore, will award the Shmoll mounted trophy. And into global balance changes. In addition to the new hunting creatures, we've made a number of adjustments to hunting across the game. We've gotten feedback that our hunting creatures get spooked too easily and are making some changes to make it easier to sneak up on them. Greatly reduce the angle of which creatures could spot you. They have more tunnel vision now. Slightly reduced range at which loud sounds will make them flee. Lethargy arrows have the following adjustments: greatly increased slow effect duration, slightly decreased the effect slow has on all creatures, slightly decreased the damage the arrow does. Tier 3 creatures no longer remove the slow effect when using their abilities. Very nice. These changes should give a clear identity to the lethargy arrow, while also better supporting the new hunting of creatures in Elderwood. Slightly reduce the sprint speed of all Sernuk, fair enough, and slightly reduce the Elder Sernuk health. Cool. Insect catching. Across the Elderwood, players will find a range of new insects to collect, including new types such as the pixie and rockhopper. The Buzzy Jar will track new rare, epic, and legendary insects found within the Elderwood. 3 new accomplishments have been added to recognize players who catch all the full collections. Elderwood Entomologist, oh my goodness, accomplishment for collecting all based Elderwood insects will award the Bright Eye Shadow Box decor item. The Master Elderwood Entomologist accomplishment for collecting all the star quality ones will award the Elderwood Shadow Box decor item. Oh, Bright Eye versus Elderwood. That's great. So there are a bunch of them. There's Grumpy, Granite, Flamehorned, Will-O-Wisp, Blushing, Sunburst. Okay, so the Granite one is impossible. Oh, this is just a general description. Okay. Some of these are useful, though. Like the Night Shadow. It only comes out under the cover of night, and Canopy. So you can kind of narrow down where you can find them. Then there's also Beetles and Pixie. Okay. Fishing. The Elderwood is fully stocked with a new set of fish for players to catch, distributed across the zone and at various times of the day. This includes 2 new fish types, sharks and floatfish. The fish in the Elderwood are more difficult to catch on average than fish from Bahari and Kilima. We advise players who want to catch the rarest ones use Palium tools and every buff at their disposal. Oh no. I mean, that's good. Make it more difficult, but oh no. I need to level up my fishing to upgrade the fishing buffs, I guess. 3 new accomplishments have been added to recognize players who catch the full collection. The Elderwood Angler accomplishment will award the mounted floatfish. The Master Elderwood Angler accomplishment for collecting all the star quality fish will get the mounted maws. So there is the Ancient Koi, Angelfish, Bronze Bluegill, Devilfish, Electro Eel, Invern Mermaid, Lake Shark, Majari of War, that's funny, Maws, Midnight Floatfish, Mini Mullet, Mossy Fin, Palian Beta, Pixie Floatfish, Sabertooth Anchovy, Starry Bitterling, Tin Fin, Toadstool Floatfish, Turnpike, and Umbran Betta. So quite a few new fish actually to catch too. Nice. Fishing catch rates have changed globally. Okay. Alongside the Elderwood, we've reworked how fishing catches are determined across the game, resulting in changes to all catch rates for items in fishing. These changes are systemic, meaning that there's no explicit goal to increase or decrease any given item, but it would not be possible to match the previous catch rates. That said, we believe this will result in more chances for players to catch hard to acquire fish. In general, most fish required for Night Sky Temple are more likely to appear. That's good. Makeshift chests are more likely to appear when not using bait, and less likely to appear when you are using worms or glowworms. Very good. So you can kind of target farm a little bit better, if that's what you're going for. Let's see here. When no bait is used, common fish will be more likely to appear, and uncommon will be less likely. When using worms, common fish will be less likely to appear, and uncommon fish will be more likely to appear. And when using glowworms, epic fish are more likely to appear. So yeah, you can target farm way easier now. I definitely appreciate that. There are many exceptions to the above. To cherry pick a few examples, we know players will catch, pun intended. Sushi recipes are more likely to appear. Void Ray, Unicorn Fish, and Ancient Fish are more likely to appear. Storm Ray, Hypnotic Moray, and Enchanted Pufferfish are less likely to appear. Okay. To pull back the curtain, we want to be able to make more fish and be able to do more with fishing. This system was one of the oldest and was painful for us to work in as we look to the future. These changes will allow us to author fish more efficiently and reliably, while also making it easier to introduce new types of fish or items to the fishing experience. The new fish in Elderwood forced us to dive back into the system and realize changes were necessary to continue to create more fish and new types of fish. For SETI. Cool. Gardening and cooking. With the Elderwood expansion, we're releasing 2 new crops for Palia, Batterfly Beans and Rockhopper Pumpkin. The beans are a new multi-harvest 2x2 crop. They can be found at the bases of large trees in the Elderwood. The Batterfly Bean seeds will occasionally be acquired when gathering Batterfly Beans from the world. Players can also unlock the canned beans recipe for the preserves jar by completing the Bean Tycoon 1 achievement. Rockhopper pumpkins are a new multi-harvest 2x2 crop. Pumpkin seeds can be acquired from Tamala's potion store once the player has progressed in the main story. Players can unlock the canned pumpkin recipe for the preserves jar by completing the Pumpkin Purveyor accomplishment. Okay. So this is cool that they're adding more 2x2 crops. Because wait, was blueberries the only one? I think blueberries was the only one. But yeah, that's going to throw... it's going to mix up a lot of crop rotations or crop plans that people have. It's interesting that they don't say here yet what their buffs are, though. Because all crops have buffs that they apply, obviously, to surrounding plants. So, of course, you can't have new gathering or gardening crops without some new dishes. The following cooking dishes are all require either new crops and or materials found throughout Elderwood. The Bean Burger, candied coconuts, Elderwood Pie, flotato fries with ketchup, fruit smoothie bowl, loaded flotato, pumpkin curry and rice. That just sounds really good. That sounds like something I would want to try. Pumpkin pie, pumpkin stew, soon tofu, spicy honey-baked mujin, and veggie chili. Huh. Cool. Oh yeah, so the veggie chili is in Shane's room. Oh, so you want to be able to... So you will unlock some of these, right? The room stuff. If you have the NPC at a friendliness level that you can go to their room. Wait, there's... My girl's got none. I'm sad. Fish, what is your favorite recipe? Tell me. Furniture making and decor. This release is our largest single drop of items for housing since we originally opened Palia up to players. We're not only releasing 2 furniture sets, but we're providing several additional smaller items. The decor item limit has been increased. We're increasing it from 3,000 to 3,500 items. We've been working on delivering a wide range of performance optimizations for the housing plot. We're being conservative on this increase to ensure that things remain stable, as well as maintain some headroom for the future to add more to the housing plot. Totally cool. Oh, I really like that. The Umbran decor set is your go-to if you want to feel like an Umbran. The Umbran starter pack can be acquired from Tish's furniture store for 7,500 gold. Once their furniture making is level 8, we can do this originally. They can be tinted as well at the modification bench. That looks really cool. Oh, I also like this. So even though they don't have a symmetrical thing, they have the opposite set up with a bookshelf. So you have one coming up this side and down the other side. I really like this set. I like the blue glow through it. Like, I don't think this is like actual glow like a mission, but I do like the purple blue and then with the light and dark brown. It's very nice. I'm definitely going to be making that. The Umbran nightstand, bed, couch, chair, table, bookshelf, wall shelf, wardrobe, dresser, mush lamp, wreath, log planter, floor lamp, arch, orchid planter, chandelier, wall light, table, wall cabinet, sink, pantry, tub, swinging couch, trellis, log, large, medium, and small rug. Cool. There's an accomplishment for crafting the full set of Umbran decor. The Elderwood set is found entirely within the map. You need to go explore the map to find every recipe. Ooh. I'm not a fan of the couch. It looks like the, it looks like a blue version of the Grenier from Warframe. That's what it reminds me of. I'm not a fan. I do like the the mat though, as well as like the other pieces here, like the stone piece and the wood. I definitely like that. So it has the Elderwood armchair, couch, end table, wardrobe, mossy rug, wall shelf, mush planter, wall branch, large lamp, mush light, chandelier, small lamp, small planter, floor branch, and backpack. And there's an accomplishment for crafting the full set. The additional decor. In addition to the above sets, we have a range of additional decor items that can be acquired throughout the Elderwood expansion. Some of these items were already noted above in the patch notes. Ooh. So this is the travel. We have like a standing harp. Some of these items. I like the cover. And then the tree planters. So the stable sign. Ogapu plush. The emerald plush. What is Palia? Palia is a game. It's a social based harvesting and crafting MMO. That's probably the best way I can kind of explain it. It's a game. Would have never, yeah, exactly, right? Never would have guessed. But yeah, it's having a big update tomorrow, so we're just going over the patch notes they just released like 45 minutes ago. Yeah. So the plushes, mounted trophy, even more plushes. Holy cow. Mounted shadow box. Wait, which is the shadow box? Maybe they didn't show everything in here. Yeah, they didn't, because the chair and stuff aren't in here. So the shadow box, I'm interested in seeing what those are. The map, mermaid chair, lamp, and harp, Eloise's moon dial, aristocrat mirror, votive candle, copper teapot, grow all out gazebo. Oh, so it's the oh, right, because we have the grow out table and chairs and stuff, which are like the flower furniture that you grow. So this is the same thing. Magi and Magic Kit, Grill 522, or Gill 522, and the Pixie Grove. Cool. Social menu updates. We've reworked our social menu to provide much more up-to-date information on your friends and players on the server. You'll see that accepting a friend request will be significantly more responsive, along with locations of your friends in the world of Palia. Additionally, all items in the Elderwood expansion have been added to the request system. Nice. So this is their map. So is G the entrance? Because it's at the north side of Bahari here, so I'm assuming this is our entrance point. I'm not sure. So yeah, take a look at that. So we have the Central Stables, Matana Grove, Honeymill Slope, Lilac Cavern, Junis Pass, Deep Woods, the Fallen Aqueduct, Red Blossom Cave, Okana Bog, De Murdoch. Some of these words I've never seen before. They chose some interesting names to confuse me. And the speech to text for sure. Veju Port, C. Malvase or Malvase? Malvase, maybe. Way. And Zenju Way. Early game improvements. We've made some updates to the initial experience for new players just starting the game. This mostly impacts the first hour of the game, with some smaller changes and ripple effects through the first 5 hours or so of the game. These changes will not impact existing players. They are neither new unique items nor changes to the story in these updates. We had a few main goals with these changes. Provide clear guidance on how to play Palia, especially getting players into the home decoration experience earlier. Providing more guidance on how to learn the various skills of the game. Introduce some new improvements to the game we've made post-launch into the earlier part of the game. Some examples of these changes that fit these goals is Welcome to Palia. Players now start with a broken down house to repair. Oh, okay, so instead of just the plot being in disrepair, you have to clear it out, and then you go buy the house, you have to just fix it yourself. Ashura and Hodari stay in the player's plot throughout the quest to give guidance and field any questions about their muscles. Hilarious. Players are now asked to craft some decor. That's fair. I like that. Getting people a little more into it early on is probably a good thing. Otherwise, it can take a little while, especially with the time delay on building the house. Learning the ropes. Players now acquire their tools from Ani, Hassian, and Einar directly to strengthen the tutorialization of those tools. Badru and Reth will visit your plot to teach you gardening and cooking. Kenley's quest now teaches you how to expand your house instead of teaching you how to build the main house, because obviously you're repairing it now. We have made some villagers easier to find in Kilima during these quests. Several early conversations now have 2 villagers at the same time. Nice. To get ready for the new PlayStation and Xbox players, we wanted to make sure that we've learned and to take everything we've learned and built since launch to make the introduction to Palia as smooth and clear as possible. We've preserved the freedom to explore while improving the early game questline, smoothing out how it leads to tempo questline, giving more guidance on skills and housing, and a number of small polished pieces to make it shine. From Richie. Makeup, hair, skin, and character creation. Get ready to level up your look with even more free makeup, skin tones, and hair options, which is, again, one of the complaints I had. They didn't have a lot of free options for players, so it was a little restrictive. Whether you're going for bold, dramatic, soft and natural, or something in between, these new additions give you even more ways to personalize your Palian style. For lipstick, choose 6 new unique patterns and 17 fresh colors to perfect your pout. Whether you prefer a classic tint, a gradient blend, or something a little more adventurous, there's a shade for every occasion. Bring a healthy glow to your character with 7 new blush patterns and 11 colors, from subtle rosy cheeks to full-on sun-kissed effect. These options will match your mood and your outfit effortlessly. Okay. Switch up with your look with 2 new iconic long hairstyles and 15 new hair colors. We have also made several upgrades to the character creation menu. New preset button cycles through presets. A random button will select a random item within the tab you're in. And the skin tab has renamed to makeup. But that's not all. We've added 7 new eyeliner colors, 10 new skin tones, and added both opacity and gloss sliders to all makeup types. Customize your character to your heart's delight in both the wardrobe and character creation menu. Nice. Improvements and adjustments. Furniture Making 101 requirements reduced. Tish will now only ask for a table to be crafted during the quest. She's got enough beds and couches. Like a bird, Najuma's glider quest requirements. The material requirements for these quests have been reduced to 5 softwood and 3 hide. The original ask was a high bar for most players when they encountered the quest for the first time. Then we have premium store updates. Premium Store has a sleek new look with softer and smoother browsing and improved outfit previews. Oh my goodness. So that's amazing. One of the things people have been asking for a long time is preview for items. I want to see what this looks like on my character before I buy it. So I'm very glad that they did that. Players will notice that it's easier to find content, navigate the promotions tab, and discover the new content added for each update. The store will also list all of the collections and premium content included in the starter pack and founders pack. Yeah, you can preview it. Introducing the starter pack. To help new and veteran players explore the Elderwood in style, we've introduced a one-time starter pack bundle available in the premium store. This bundle offers an early game value, including 600% savings compared to purchasing each bundled premium item individually. It includes 850 Palium coins, Affectionate Palket Pet, and Herbalist Greenhouse Outfit. Cool. The starter pack can only be purchased with real-world currency, not Palia coins. The price of this starter pack is contingent on your region, but will always equal to 425 Palia coin bundle. And the Founder Pack. The Founder Pack offers exceptional value for all players, including 3,500 Palia coins, 8 premium outfits themed around each of the Palia's skills, and the Honey Bumble Pet. That's adorable. You'll also receive the Courier Pet functionality, helping you gather, forage. So this is one of the things I was concerned about. The Courier Pet. They said this was in, but I wasn't sure what it was going to do, and I wasn't sure if it was going to be a paid feature. So you'll receive the Courier Pet functionality, helping you gather, forage, fish, hunt, and more as you embark on your daily adventures. Now, I hope they explain this more, but we'll get into it. Comes with 3,400 Palia coins, Honey Bumble Pet, Founder Courier Pet slots, 4 slots, Harvalia Work Sprout Tender outfit. Okay, so these are just the outfits. Also, Professional's Tool Skin for axe, bow, fishing rod, bow, pickaxe, and watering can. It can only be purchased with real world currency, not Palia coins. The price of it is dependent on your region, but will always be less than the 3,400 coin bundle. Okay, here we go. Introducing Courier functionality. Need a helping paw mid-adventure? With Courier functionality unlocked, pests can now whisk a handful of items straight to your home plot storage, freeing up your backpack space without a long trek back. Okay, so it is what I was talking about earlier. This is what I expected it to be. Each send-off has a brief 10-minute cooldown, and you can expend capacity to 8 slots total. 4 slots unlock with the Founders Pack, and another 4 will be unlocked through the Elderwood questline. Okay. So you have 4 to begin with, so that's fine. But, so it's 4 slots. So, is it you can send 4 slots of items back, or you can have 4 slots of pets and they can do 1 each kind of thing? I'm not sure what that means. I'm assuming it's 8 slots of items you can send back to base every 10 minutes. It's my assumption. We won't say any more on that. No spoilers. For a deeper look at how this light utility unlock and the debut of earnable cosmetics. Fits into our evolving monetization strategy. Read the developer blog here. I just want to see. When was this? Oh, this was today too. Okay, we'll read this afterward, actually. You know what? It's actually quite small. We'll read it now. From day one, cosmetics have been Palia's single source of revenue. That focus kept the business model simple, straightforward, and clean. But this approach came with a trade-off. Every time we considered giving away things like outfits or pets, we're putting our only paycheck on the line, slicing into the only revenue that keeps servers humming and content in production. So we've played it safe. With the Elderwood expansion, we're exploring an experiment in gameplay-oriented purchases with courier pet functionality. We feel this type of utility that is both fun and valuable for those who want it, but also won't cause problems for those who don't want it or can't buy it. But at the end of the day, we feel like creating a second income stream matters for 3 reasons. I don't like this. I don't like pay for convenience, generally in any game. There's some more extreme offenders than others, that's for sure. But pay for convenience means that you realize there's a problem, or you've engineered a problem, and you're selling the solution to it. I am not a fan of that. Now, if you could have the same amount of slots, but they were all there was cosmetics for your pets, that's different, I guess. But the fact of the system being restricted via purchases, that I don't like. But again, that's just me. Less all eggs in one basket by spreading income across cosmetics and light utility. Yeah, I don't like this term. Light utility. This is paid progression. Like, let's just call it what it is. Like, I wouldn't say pay to win, because there isn't like a lot of winning to be had. Like, I would say pay to win in Palia would be like if you could purchase resources directly. I don't think they'll ever do that, but that's not what I think this is. I still think it falls into pay for convenience, though, for sure. And again, I don't like that. It cushions us against the ups and downs of any single category, giving us a steadier resource to keep Palia growing. That's fair, though. The less all eggs in one basket is true. But they're already getting multi-sources because they have the weekly and monthly packs that they're selling, which are Palia coin packs, pretty much. But they're login rewards, so they also are player retention at the same time. So I don't think this is 100% accurate. Breathing room to add more earnable items from premium categories. The stability lets us add certain earnable, otherwise premium cosmetic items to major updates, quests, and events. Opportunities we feel were too risky before, but to be crystal clear, we still want to be cautious as we explore this. So they're dipping their toes into seeing if the players, I think, will fight back on that. Do I think it's something to fight back on? I'm not sure. From my point of view, I completely understand why they're doing this, but I don't agree with the way that they're doing it, I guess, but I understand it. It's yeah. I don't know how to feel. Support options for every kind of player. If we don't want to gate Palia, including supporting it financially, behind single preferences. We've gotten feedback that cosmetics don't excite some who want to contribute, so we're hoping light gameplay purchases give another avenue for folks who feel that way. I don't agree with that. There's other ways other than cosmetics directly that you can do that with. The reason I don't like this is it's kind of a slippery slope. Like, if you're giving paid for convenience already, in the fact of, one, you're lowering... So, looking at the system, okay, the courier pet functionality, it's not just, oh, you're out there longer, right? It's, you're able to farm longer with less time traveling back and forth to home. You're essentially extending the range on the home teleport for free. Um, and you're also having cosmetics attached to the pets, I'm assuming. I guess it depends. I don't know how to feel about this. Like, I agree with them in the sense of I support diversifying from just character cosmetics, but I don't think this is the right way of doing so, because they already have, I don't know if I can do it because the servers are down, but they have the continual login rewards and other things too that are purchases, like the I can't remember the name of it right now. I'll look at it when I log in on tomorrow, but it isn't their only method. It's yeah, because if you think of the login reward stuff, like you could perceive that as a subscription almost at that level, right? Because you're paying a certain amount of money for coins that you get on daily login, but you need to log in or else they're wasted. So I would count that as a subscription almost. So you could improve on that. I mean, a lot of people don't like battle passes, but that is another way of doing it. You just need to make sure that you would need to make sure it's a balanced system and not just. But then again, like if you're doing a pass like that, what do you put in it in a game like this? Resources? No, you can't do that because then it would be paid resources. Cosmetics? Well, then in that case, you're still selling cosmetics. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard. Finances and stuff like that in games like this is not an easy thing, for sure. And I guess I'll point this out too. I'm not saying they're doing this like maliciously or anything like that. I just don't agree with the way that they're doing it, I suppose. But I don't know their earnings. I don't know their specifics. So, you know, I'm not bashing them too hard for this, I guess. I just hoped they would do this go with a different direction. In short, expanding the shop lets all kinds of players support Palia however they can, creates bigger updates for everyone, and carefully opens the door for limited freebies that can be used that used to be strictly premium. Yeah, I guess. But like I've seen people make models and artists draw things, like make character concepts. We bring it into we bring it to our 3D modeler. They bring it through, well, generally through Blender. If they're doing something super high quality, they may do a pass in ZBrush or something with it, but generally it's just through Blender. Then they bring it in. We have the texture artists go through it, that kind of stuff. Like it doesn't take as much time as some people think, but it depends. It also depends on the quality. Generally, Palia is a lower poly style game, so you don't have to worry about hyper accurates. Now, I don't know how their coding system works. I don't know how easy it is to bring those things in, but I'm assuming it would be just relatively plug and play kind of system through, like, I don't know, what's the word I'm thinking of? Not a codex, but like a library system. So I don't know. More importantly, with this small shift, we're happy to announce that the first fully earnable pet will be coming in patch 0.192, and once earned will unlock courier pet functionality as well, ensuring folks who don't want to spend aren't left out. We don't want to spoil how you get it because it's part of the Elderwood questline, but you can look forward to that in the second patch. Oh, so it won't be in 191. Okay. Okay, cool. Again, I'm not sure how I feel about this. I mean, if they added the system and it was free, that's different. I don't know. I'm at a 5 out of 10 on that. Yeah. Not sure. Okay. Let's continue with the patch notes. Main. All right. 2 new outfit collections have been added to the premium store, available immediately. The other thing, and this is just a personal complaint, I guess, there is way more female-based premium store outfits than great male ones, and I hope there's more added at some point. That's just because that's what I prefer. So I hope they do that. Speaking of, there you go. Mythic Path. It would be cool if they added different versions for each. That would be the best case scenario. Like you have a style like this, and then there's multiple versions of it that you could use. Like, I like the style of this, especially like the, it's almost like wings that come down from the side here. Because it's like very Fae-like, right? But personally, I don't want the skirt and leggings like that. I would much have them, like, even if it kept like the skirt style and just had pants. But the problem is this is one piece. So you would have to, you can't have more than one. Mythic Pathbreaker and Rune Warrior collections celebrate the magic and mystery of the new Elderwood Adventure Zone. Both outfits feature enchanting idle animations and fierce effects paired for a mystical flair, perfect for any aspiring arcane adventurer. So that's cool. Like, it's just top and bottom. So there's very little customization you can do with these. And that's what I really liked about the previous stuff, is that you can customize a lot of different pieces. But yeah. New pet. The Bumble. Honey, Spectral, and Chocolate Bumble. That's adorable. I love it. The Bumble pets are already creating a lot of buzz. Haha. These unbelievably cute winged pets will flutter right into your heart. I appreciate the puns in this game, though. There's a new glider. The Order Watcher. I wish they did more gliders with the visual effects on them, personally. But, yeah. Top bug fixes. Disclaimer, please note this is not a comprehensive list. That's fair. Fix an issue where huntable creatures would randomly disappear. We had that today. We were hunting one and then he vanished into non-existence. Actually, 2 of them. Traveling to the underground should no longer cause crashes. I don't think I've had that before, actually. Fix an issue where the loading screen would appear for no reason during character creation. UI issue during the character select experience. Fix the error message for special characters in character nickname. Pin quest UI would overflow into the action bar. I don't think I've had that, actually. Players should no longer go bald after traveling to Bahari Bay. That's hilarious. I haven't seen that one. Solved a bug where players were not able to fish in specific area of the river in Bahari Bay. I think we had that issue. Corrected a water evaporation animation to the Welcome to Palia cinematic. Corrected the wording in the mysterious object quest. Resolved an issue where the user could get stuck in into the fire quest. Fixed an issue where resource trackers could be heard everywhere on the map regardless of the player was in sight. That's funny. For housing and decor, fixed a player experience issue causing added difficulty for players trying to plant gardening seeds using a PC gamepad. Okay. Fix a bug that would mistakenly show remaining in a party after leaving. Oh my goodness, thank you. This was a problem I've had so much, because then it would say, oh, you're in a party, and you couldn't be invited to a new party. Other. Fix a bug where purchasable cosmetics would appear erroneously as discounted after purchasing. Fix an issue in the wardrobe where text was locked for users who have yet to unlock the glider. Solved an issue with unowned nameplates erroneously allowing equipment on the player's end. Huh. Known issues. We have updated the emote screen with categories to make finding the perfect way to express oneself easier. To make this work, players' emotes wheels will reset when you first log in. Okay, fair enough. We'll just have to re-add things on. Medium gold nodes are not dropping their intended star zones. They currently drop the same star zones as copper nodes. Okay. Infected angler achievement does not complete as expected after the player catches all the fish. Infected cave pixie is not being counted to the achievement. Infected entomologist. Artifacts currently do not sort in their own category. They will appear in the all category. The Pixie Grove item has a smaller than intended radius. Mounted Ogapu head has the incorrect housing plot value. If selected, the Enable Own Overhead Name button does not display the overhead name until the player switches servers. That's fair. Holding the Inspect Garden button while entering placement mode causes the UI to stay stuck. Okay. Starting and required ingredient headers aren't currently showing their tooltips in the cooking menu. When in placement mode, the pickup interaction text for the Elderwood map incorrectly says Kilima Village map instead of the Elderwoods map, which means they copy-pasted it and didn't change the name, which is funny. I've had that happen so many times, where people have like used assets and different things but forgot to change the name. So in certain situations that they didn't expect, it shows the old name. That's funny. On Xbox and PS5, the request item button can overlap with the back and select button. That's obviously a problem. The trading tips quest dialogue may be confusing if it is obtained from the Elderwood trading post. In some instances, friend requests may not appear immediately. Exiting the game and logging back in should resolve the issue. And a couple other issues. Some Series 1 sticker accomplishments may not progress when opening the sticker packs until after a server transition occurs or the player relogs. In some instances, players can roll dice faster than text inputs can display. The flipping mechanic in the cooking minigame could become stuck in the looped animation, preventing progression. That's annoying. Some players are unable to send party invites or sync to the correct server, making multiplayer features inaccessible. That sucks. Especially in a multiplayer social focus game. That's a big problem. Some players could experience unintentional overlap between the emoji menu and the emojis used in the chat. Okay. Weird one. The player character may have fixed expressions when using emotes. Huh. And that's it. That's quite a bit of patch notes. My goodness. All in all, definitely still looking forward to this. Like, even just all the new content here. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot of notes. Everything here, honestly, is a positive for me, except this. I am still not 100% sure how I feel about this. But I'm willing to see how it works first, before I put any final judgment on it. Again, not bashing the Palia team for that at all. The way they want to diversify their income source makes total sense. You know, it's also scary when you're relying on one thing in particular, because if that one thing falls through for some reason, then you're out of luck. So I understand. But, you know, maybe it's not that big of a deal. Maybe, you know, having the extra slots is not that big of a deal. But we'll see once it comes out. But yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining for the patch notes. We will be playing Palia tomorrow when it launches. I'll probably go live at the normal time. We might be doing something until the uptime is fully realized, because I believe, yes. So, oh, okay. So it won't be available till 10 my time. So what I might do is I might do some work in the morning, like studio work in the morning, so then I can jump on after my meeting. So my meeting, okay, let me think. So I will have an hour from when Palia goes live to when I need to step out for my meeting. So I'll be able to play a little bit. Then I'll have to go to the meeting, and then I will probably go back live afterward. I probably won't break my schedule like that for the rest of the week, but we'll definitely do it for the launch. But yeah, for people on YouTube, thank you so much for joining me. Hope you enjoyed reading through the patch notes, and I hope to see you in the game. Thanks again. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.